And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
You own a home or purchased a home in the last, let's just say, 2 to 3 years, especially the last 12 months, and you have mortgage insurance on your home. This is advice. Did you realize because of the rapid appreciation in homes recently, and Brandon can back us up over there, we're talking 25% in a lot of pockets?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Let's just say it's 5%. You have the ability, believe it or not, to potentially remove the mortgage insurance. I know. Okay, call us if you enjoy paying mortgage insurance. Anyone?
Crickets.
Yeah. Bottom line is nobody really wants to pay it, but there's a value to it. It enables you to get into a home. That's the idea. Having mortgage insurance allows you to buy a home without having to come up with 20% down. Good thing. But now, why pay it if you don't need to? And don't get stuck on your interest rate. A lot of you out there may have a 3.5, 3 3/4 going, I can't get that interest rate now. It doesn't matter if you're paying mortgage insurance on top of that. So please reach out to us. This is our main job right now, is helping you get out of mortgage insurance. That's what most of our loans right now, other than those purchasing homes with Brandon Montemayor and his team, because they're smart enough to get into this wonderful market right now, which we're going to touch on in just a minute with Brandon, why it's a great time to buy and sell. But please reach out to us at 855-DON-GINO or donandgino@gmail.com. DONANDGINO @gmail.com or 855-DON-GINO, because there's an opportunity for you to save hundreds. And if you can't, we'll let you know.
So bottom line is, just give us a call and we'll help you determine what your effective interest rate is. Okay, it's not what your interest rate on the piece of paper says. What's your effective interest rate with mortgage insurance is. So if you have mortgage insurance, you have an interest rate and you have an effective interest rate. So let's figure out what that effective interest rate is and see if we can get you something
let's
better.
find out how effective you are. And speaking of being effective, that's why we brought Brandon Montemayor here on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Again, every Thursday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., sharing what you need to know, want to know, and should know about real estate and finance. And Brandon, you've helped us a lot with that so far.
Thank you.
As you always do. And as a good friend, we love having you here. But please share with us, and we'll have a little discussion back and forth on this, because I bet you we see eye to eye. Because Gino and I have these conversations all the time, and you're always on your game. Why is it a good time to buy and sell right now?
Wow.
Versus waiting for the spring fling, as I call it. Because
You coined that today, by the way.
Let me share this real quick. Let me set you up a little bit. Just to share with you, because you're going to go, well, what are you talking about? It's funny, following the herd. Last year, here's what kind of sales nationally. Give you some idea. In January of last year, the sales were right around 3,500 or 35,000 in a month or something like that. Nationwide. Let's just use that number. It went up to 45 in February. No, it went up to 36 in February. Still slow. And then the spring hit. 45. It went up basically about 20%. It went up to 50 in April. 55 in May. You get where I'm going? It jumped dramatically, which means that everybody jumped in at the same time. That is difficult, whether you're a buyer or a seller, because now you're dealing with everybody trying to sell their home or everybody trying to buy a home. Do you agree?
Absolutely. I mean, in any time you're selling or buying, you don't want competition, and that's
Bingo.
That's true for both sides. You don't want to have 10 offers if you're a buyer looking to buy a home, and you also don't want 10 of your neighbors to be selling their home if you're trying to sell your home as well. So we're in a position right now, again, in a pretty balanced market. The numbers, if you actually pull them out, it still show we're in an extreme seller's market, but that's not the actual kind of feeling and mode out there. Homes that are not priced right, where 6 months ago it didn't matter where you priced it. If you were semi-close to the target, even in the room, you would sell your home, and probably with multiple offers. Now, you do need to be priced right. The home needs to look nice, or again, if it's not in great condition, the price has to reflect that. So buyers, although inventory is still low compared to what we normally carry out here in Santa Clarita, buyers are being a little bit more cautious. Homes are still selling if the sellers are being realistic and pricing it right, and we're getting multiple offer situations where sellers are netting a lot more than they would have any time over the last 4 or 5 years. So again, one of the rare times, and you probably see it in some of the marketing real estate agents do. It's always an opportunistic time, but this is one of the rare times where they're actually telling you the truth.
You heard it here. Real estate professionals are telling the truth. Well, and I know you're on your game, Brandon. Your team's ready and prepared and helping more clients than anyone out here. I love how you brought to the attention how important it is to be realistic, because a lot of professionals out there are worried about losing a sale or getting a sale, and not about properly informing them of what they should sell their home for, or how they should fix up their home. I know the top professionals, we talk with them, actually are honest enough, and I'm sure you're that guy, that they say, this is what you need to do to properly sell your home, whether it's painting, fixing up the home, or putting in the right offer or selling it. Because there's a problem if you get greedy and overprice your home, is it not?
Yep. You end up chasing the market. And we make an investment of time and money when we partner with a seller to sell their home. So if we don't feel that our investment of our time and money is going to work out and we're going to help these people accomplish their goal, then we tell them it's very simple. We'd rather be honest with you now than disappoint you later and let you down later. So if I don't feel your home can sell for the $550 that you want for it, I'm going to give you the number that I believe it's done. If we can find somewhere in between where we still feel we can get it done and keep them happy and help them accomplish their goal, then we're going to do it. But there's a lot of people who will take it out there and just let it sit on the market. It's still attached to our market, where if it's sitting longer than 30 days, people are saying, what's wrong with that home? Then you end up getting those low-ball offers. So our first 30 days, we need to strike and strike the right way.
Yeah, in fact, as a former real estate agent, I was going to bring that up, that there are so many agents trained in, I'm going to call it the old school, where you just take a listing no matter what. And no matter what the seller wants for it, you just take the listing, because you're going to grind them down later anyway, once they realize their home is not on the market. So it's refreshing to see that you take a different angle. And you're right, you're not going to disappoint them down the road, and you're going to get referrals. And unfortunately, sometimes you will lose business that will eventually close at the price that you told them would eventually close at. But ultimately, they might remember and say, hey, that guy shot me straight. Next time, let's call him.
Absolutely.
All right, Brandon. So let's let all of you out there know that now's a good time for a couple reasons. One, the competition has mellowed. We don't have those investors out there, right?
Right.
I mean, that's what really kicked up these sell prices, with the investors going, uh-oh, we better get in now before we can't get in and make these huge gains. Remember, the investors are looking to make short-term gains. A homeowner is looking to buy a home.
Right. And those national numbers that you were sharing, that had a lot to do with the investors entering the market at that time. That big spike, and when it fell off again, that's when they left.
Yeah, in fact, one of the funny things about investors that we're talking about now, I'm talking to a couple of investors that are kind of still in the market. They picked up a few properties last year and the year before and did really well, and they're still in the market, and now they're saying, well, this is more of an appreciation play.
Yep.
We know there's not cash flow. We might have to hold this property for a while, but we're okay with that. So the motto has changed. There's still investors out there. It's still a great time to invest, but it's just a different way to invest.
Right.
And you just got to pay attention to what pockets work, and that's why you work with great professionals like Brandon. Brandon, we love that you're honest with our guests, with our community, a great advocate of our community, a giver, and just a great person in this business. And thank you for being that in your team. We love you guys, man. You guys
thank
do a
you
great
very
job.
much. Well, the feeling's more than mutual, and thank you for all the support you guys give us. It's our whole team appreciates it.
Well, we love your team, and thank you for giving us a great snapshot of what's going on in the markets, the importance of working with the right team, and kudos on you knocking down some LBs with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And we look forward to having you back, buddy. Is that okay?
I can't wait.
All right. How do they get a hold of you?
661-510-2789 or bringingyoumescv.com.
Very nice. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, AP Productions, Mr. Furman, for making us look good. Shannon. All right. And Gino, of course. Thank you for joining the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show every Thursday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m.